I want you to write out the steps, okay? Right now, there is no, I'm doing it in my head, I'm taking shortcuts. I want you to write everything out. Especially if you did not get 100% on the quiz yesterday. But I guarantee the people that got 100% wrote their steps out. So, we're not doing anything new. So I'm not teaching anything new. We are practicing these problems. But just a review. Our form that we want everything in is ax squared plus bx plus our blank equals our constant plus blank. You do not get to do any math until it looks like that. Okay, because some of us are still stuck. It has to look like that before you can complete the square. And then as we move forward to complete the square, that's when we use our b divided by 2 squared. And what does that give us? What does b divided by 2 squared give me? RC. It gives us those blanks. Okay, and the reason we have one on the left and one on the right is why? Whatever you do to one side of an equation, you have to do to the other side. Okay? So, let's look at 6x squared minus 12x minus 39 equals 9. Again, this is nothing new. We are just practicing. So when we're all good, if it takes us 2 problems or 15 problems, that's how long it'll take us. But it's the same process. Does this look like what I need it to? No. What's wrong? What's the first thing that's wrong? This 39 can't be here. I don't have a constant term on the left-hand side. So we're starting by adding 39 to both sides. So 6x squared minus 12x. I'm going to add my blank now. Equals what? 48 plus my blank. Now, it looks like how I need it to. I have an ax squared plus bx plus c. What's the problem? Okay, so a should equal 1. Okay, a needs to equal 1. So we're going to go through and we're going to divide everything by 6. So x squared minus 2x plus something equals 8 plus something. Fill in the blanks. Negative 2 divided by 2 squared is negative 1 squared, which is a positive 1. That's what goes in my blank. What am I doing to the left-hand side? Factor. So factor the left. Okay, you're factoring the left. Now you know the trick, that is your factor. So x minus 1 squared equals 9. Factor the left, simplify the right. Now it's taking square roots, which you're good at. Take the square root of both sides, giving me x minus 1 equals plus or minus 3. Add 1 to both sides, and how many answers are you going to have? 2. You physically have 2 answers, so we're going to break it apart to 3 plus 1 and negative 3 plus 1, which means x equals 4 and x equals negative 2. Does anyone know how they can check their work? We haven't really talked about it in this unit, but how would you check your work to make sure those are the right answers? Plug it in. If you plug it into this original equation, so really you're plugging it into the left-hand side, for instance. So if you plug in 4, when you plug it in and simplify, it should equal 9. If it doesn't equal 9, you did it wrong. Okay, so plug things back in. All right, I'm going to give you a problem. If we can get through this with no issues, then we can move on. And I'll give you your homework, and that's what you'll work on. Okay? All right, let's try. Okay, so I want you to try this one. So 7x squared plus 14x minus 51 equals 5. So step 1 is going to be to add 51 to both sides. 7x squared plus 14x plus something equals 56 plus something. Divide through by 7. X squared plus 2x plus something equals 8 plus something. 2 divided by 2 squared is 1 squared, which is just a positive 1. Factor the left. X plus 1 squared equals 9. Take the square root. X plus 1 equals plus or minus 3. Subtract 1. And you have two physical answers, 3 minus 1 and negative 3 minus 1. So x equals 2 and x equals negative 4. I think everyone had that. Okay. When it comes to this test and when it comes to this unit, take your time. Okay, you know the process, you know how to do it. It is the same thing every single time. So whether I give you 1 problem or 15 problems, you should be able to do all of them. Yeah. There probably will be review for square roots and factoring. Okay? All right.